Take a step back with me to the year 2013. PewDiePie was still making Let's Play videos, Doge memes were still relevant, Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball was one of the most popular songs in the country, the Paul brothers were still on Vine. Not even 5 years ago, the internet and the world as a whole was a completely different landscape. So now that you're in your 2013 shoes, I want you to hop on the magic tapestry with me and let's go on a ride exploring one of the wildest challenge trends to ever exist on the internet. So NETROSPECTIVE, it's a new series on the channel. We've got the Whatever Happened To series, and we also have the Side Story series, but I wanted to make a series that explores specifically trends on the internet, and well, that's when I came up with the NETROSPECTIVE idea. It's like retrospectively looking at trends on the internet from the future as they happened in the past. But if you read the title of this video, you know that it's gonna be about the Harlem Shake. But before we get into the shake itself, let's kind of build the ground up. Let's lay the foundation here. One thing that was pretty trendy to do in the early half of this decade online, and well, hell, it's still pretty popular today, are these internet-based challenges. Take, for example, you had the Cinnamon Challenge, the Salt and Ice Challenge, pretty much every Shoe Nice video. In the first few years of the decade, these viral challenges became pretty much inescapable, and everyone from your favorite YouTuber to the average pleb with a smartphone was attempting them. Why? Well, maybe people just genuinely enjoy a challenge, but more than likely it was to associate your video with some larger popular topic in an attempt to get some views on your content. Basically attaching yourself to some concept or meme that's huge already. You can leech some views off of that for your own pocketbook. So with this challenge concept clearly delineated, I want to introduce what I consider to be possibly the biggest challenge type concept the internet has ever seen. A craze so widespread it had people from all types of demographics participating in it. You had office employees, soldiers in the military, high school students, and professional basketball players. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what I'm talking about. This is the Harlem Shake.
And do the Harlem Shake.
So if you were above the age of 5 in 2013, you most definitely remember this thing. And I'm sure at one point you possibly even contemplated the idea of making your own version of a Harlem Shake parody with your friends. Let's pump the brakes here and ask some questions. How did the Harlem Shake become a thing? What exactly is it? Where did it all start? And why the hell did it become so popular? Well, to answer all of those questions, we really just have to start from the beginning, so let's get going. So what exactly is the Harlem Shake? Well, historically, the Harlem Shake is a style of hip-hop dance that's characterized by jerky arm and shoulder movements in time to the music being played. And this dance was originated in Harlem by some guy named Al B back in 1981, and it was predominantly originated in the neighborhood of Harlem in New York City, so yeah, that's why it's called the Harlem Shake. Some guy in Harlem back in the 80s came up with it. But this traditional version of the Harlem Shake is pretty much completely different and honestly doesn't resemble the modern version of the dance at all. This is what the old original Harlem Shake dance looks like. And here's the modern equivalent.
Do the Harlem Shake.
Yeah, really not too much in common here. See, the latter, there's basically no coordination with the dancing and the music being played. It's basically just a bunch of people spazzing around dressed up in costumes. It's not even really on the grounds of being able to be called a dance. But so why did this format of people spazzing around in a room to this song become known as the Harlem Shake when it has literally nothing to do with the original version of the Harlem Shake? Well, I mean, long story short, that's just what the name of the song is called. The song these people are dancing to is called the Harlem Shake. The Harlem Shake is a song that was created by American DJ and producer Bauer. And Bauer had dropped the song on SoundCloud back in June of 2012, where it performed pretty mediocre. The song stayed quiet for months until February of 2013, whenever the shit would really hit the fan. On February 2nd of 2013, Bauer would wake up one morning with just this massive gold mine sitting in his lap. This song that he put out last year had become a viral meme seemingly overnight. And well, how did Bauer's Harlem Shake become this massive viral meme overnight, you may ask? Well, it comes from one of the most unlikely sources. I mean, if you were coming into this video without this knowledge, what I'm going to say is probably a little bit shocking to you. But the only reason why the Harlem Shake is popular or was popular is because of Filthy Frank. Yeah, you know, George Miller, Joji. Filthy Frank created the first Harlem Shake dance video. George Miller, or is more commonly known as Filthy Frank, created the original Harlem Shake on his Disaster Music channel, which was the channel that he used before Filthy Frank really took off. The video was titled Do the Harlem Shake, uploaded on February 2nd, 2013. It features Miller dressed up as recurring character Pink Guy alongside other Filthy Frank universe characters such as Red Ranger, Creepy Guy, and Junior. The video, which clocks in at just over 30 seconds, has the gang air humping and flailing around to Bauer's Harlem Shake, and Miller's video essentially encapsulated all the ingredients you would need to make a Harlem Shake parody video in the future. A wacky dance, the Harlem Shake song, and a couple of friends. That's all you needed. Disaster Music's Harlem Shake video got 500,000 views in a week, so not too shabby. But by the time the trend was over and done with, the original Harlem Shake video uploaded on Disaster Music had 60 million views over a month's time. That's some fucking insane virality right there for 2013. We can't get too ahead of ourselves here because February is pretty much where all of the Harlem Shake spread went down. This is when everybody was making their own versions of it. In February, you had the most iconic versions of the Harlem Shake remixes come up. You had the Office Edition, the Harlem Shake Military Edition, the Harlem Shake High School Edition, even the Harlem Shake Furry Edition.
The horror!
It seemed like no matter what demographic you belonged to, there was the need and a desire for your demographic to make some sort of Harlem Shake parody. The demand for the content was there. Everybody was making these damn videos. Bauer's song had skyrocketed to #1 on the billboards within the first week of Filthy Frank's Harlem Shake parody. And the 23-year-old rookie DJ from Philadelphia had a hit on his hands, all thanks to a Filthy Frank video and some parodies based off of it. And the thing that made this meme so insane is it pretty much permeated outside of the internet. It was a call to action for many. People around the world would step to the call of the Harlem Shake, a challenge if you may. All you needed was a handful of buddies and a camera and you could potentially come up with your own version of the Harlem Shake and go viral yourself. The Harlem Shake had essentially become the most successful version of any online challenge ever created, and it never inherently set out to do so. It happened in a way that was organic. And I think the reason why this thing took off in the way it did is because, let's just be honest, it was fun. I don't care how much of a cynical prick you are, you can't deny that the people in these Harlem Shake videos are having fun. You didn't have to choke yourself on cinnamon or slam a pint of Jack Daniels to participate in this challenge. You literally had to record yourself doing some silly dance with a group of friends and upload it to the internet. So perhaps it was a bit obnoxious, but at the end of the day, everybody's having fun, so who really cares? As the month of March came around, the Harlem Shake trend had begun to fizzle out. You had a few notable examples pop up like the NBA version, but the craze had pretty much died out as fast as it came to popularity. A flash in the metaphorical internet frying pan, if you will. So let's talk about the aftermath. I reckon you probably imagine that Bauer had become some sort of overnight millionaire because of the Harlem Shake meme's popularity. Well, if you thought this, you'd be dead wrong. In fact, Bauer claims he didn't make a single dime from the song. In an interview with Pitchfork, he reveals the reason behind this was because of sample clearance issues. Quote, "I didn't clear the samples because I was in my fucking bedroom on Grand Street," he told Pitchfork. "I wasn't going to think to call up Delgado. I didn't even know who it was or who did that sample. I knew the Jason Moosin sample. So I found myself in that fucking pickle, pinned between the awful economics of internet music business and the unfortunate realities of copyright law. Bauer made a blockbuster song that was worth practically nothing to the artist." So there's a few vocal samples in Bauer's Harlem Shake song that, well, he never cleared before releasing. He was just a rookie DJ at the time. I mean, would you? You're just throwing shit out on SoundCloud hoping something catches. So because of this, he never got any revenue from the massive airplay of Harlem Shake. And what about the originator of the meme itself, Filthy Frank? Well, at this time when he was active on Disaster Music, that channel gained about 100,000 subs from February 2nd to March 2nd. And 100,000 subs in a month for 2013 terms is pretty good. And as the story goes, George Miller would abandon Disaster Music and focus on his Filthy Frank project. And as time went on, he quit doing Filthy Frank and now he's making actual music as Joji. It's pretty funny to me that the actual creator of this song never gained anything from it. It was only people making remixes of it into a meme who actually gained in it. And even if that's just subscribers on YouTube, that's pretty funny. But shout out to Bauer, you're a legend for that. But what do you guys think about the Harlem Shake? I'm sure some of you probably thought it was obnoxious, and I'm sure some of you probably made a remix of it yourself. But this has been the very first episode of NETROSPECTIVE, the show where we look at trends in a retrospective lens. Let me know if you guys have a trend in mind you'd like me to cover. And make sure you check out my affiliate Cool Shirts for some fall wear. You gotta get your clothing on fleek for this fall and winter, so go check them out. 10% off, link in the description box. And also, major shout out to the patrons. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being super homie. Wavy Web Surf out. Peace.